Balboa Park is bursting with culture, music, history, art, and beauty. Located near the San Diego coast, surrounded by Hillcrest, North Park, and downtown San Diego, Balboa Park is easily accessible for all. Located directly next to the San Diego Zoo, Balboa Park, once called City Park, has been around since 1868. After decades of donations, improvements, and beautifications, it was renamed Balboa Park by Spanish-born Vasco Núñez de Balboa. Balboa was on exploration in Panama when he first spotted the Pacific Ocean.
During 1935 and 1936, there was a huge expansion to Balboa Park because of the California Pacific International Exposition. Most of the prominent buildings were either renovated or erected, such as the Starlight Theater, but this also includes the gardens of Balboa Park, like the Cactus Garden and the Casa del Rey Memorial Garden. Between 1903 and 1910, roads were installed, and hundreds of trees were donated by Kate Sessions, crowned the Mother of Balboa Park in 1935. Sessions negotiated to have 32 acres of land for her donations of 100 trees per year. Her deal enabled the introduction of queen palms, poinsettias, as well as the birds of paradise. Balboa Park's been able to hold on to its style and beauty over the last decade, while still introducing new elements. It really is the place for everyone to enjoy, ranging from museums to science theaters and music to art. Let's take a walk.
For those who like to wander off the path, over the last 3 years, park rangers, with the help of the community, were able to create 19 trails starting from 5 different gateways. The trails surround Balboa Park while showing the beauty of the landscape. There's much to see. If you would like to enjoy more leisure time, either alone or with your family, you can always come and enjoy a picnic. The playground has designated areas for picnics with benches and tables. There are also play areas for the kids. The playgrounds contain swings, slides, playground equipment, and a tiny tots area. Your children can also take a 3-minute railroad ride across 4 acres in a rare, antique model G16 train. There are only 50 of these trains left in the US, and directly behind the railroad is an original hand-carved carousel that the kids will love. Nearly all of the animals on the carousel are originals from 1910. You can also enjoy the original handcrafted murals along the upper portion of the carousel while taking a spin. If you want something more engaging for the little ones, head over to the San Diego Zoo. San Diego Zoo houses over 4,000 rare and endangered animals. That includes 800 species and subspecies such as pandas, koalas, reptiles, giraffes, orangutans, and more.
Balboa Park also offers a visitor center located in the heart of Balboa, near the House of Hospitality. Inside, there are brochures with attractions and activities, along with maps, audio tours, free guided tours, and even park tours you can be taken on. There's also suggestions on restaurants where you can dine in the park or gift shops to be taken to. Want to take a ride in the trolley? Grab a schedule and hop in.
Take the trolley right over to the House of Pacific Relations International Cottages. This attraction is available to visit every Sunday from noon to 4 p.m. The cottages were established in 1935 during the exposition and promote 32 various groups throughout the educational and cultural programs offered. Every week, there are lawn programs that include music, dance, costumes, arts, and crafts. Even cultural food is provided. To learn a little more about Balboa Park, head over to Sefton Plaza. Here, you can find a bronze statue of the Mother of Balboa Park, Kate Sessions. There are also bronze statues of other major creators and contributors of Balboa Park, including Ephraim Morris, Alonzo Horton, and George White Marston, which are surrounded in these gardens. For more beauties like these bronze statues, you can travel over to the Spanish Village Art Studios. This Spanish villa houses more than 200 local painters, photographers, basket weavers, printmakers, metalsmiths, jewelry designers, sculptors, and more. There are over 37 art studios and galleries here. The buildings lie on a colorful flagstone and Spanish tile roofs. This area is so beautiful. Look, even wedding photos are being taken here. Balboa Park is a perfect place to hold your wedding ceremony. Gardens such as the Alcazar Garden, whose beautiful layout was designed after the gardens of the Alcazar Castle in Sevilla, Spain. This garden has exquisite fountains that feature yellow, green, and turquoise blue tiles that are surrounded by benches and meticulously sculpted boxwood hedges. Unique gardens are placed throughout Balboa Park. The most renowned would be the Botanical Garden. Before entering the Botanical Building, you cross the lily pond directly preceding it, which is a must-see. The Botanical Building was built for the 1915-1916 exposition. This memorable building permanently houses more than 2,100 plants, along with seasonal displays throughout the year. A perfect place to get away and relax. Another breathtaking garden in Balboa Park is the Japanese Friendship Garden. It was originally constructed to be a tea house in the 1915-1916 exposition. This display has a Zen garden for meditation, a koi pond, bonsai exhibit, and ceremonial gate, as well as an exhibit house. Want to learn more? Come on the weekend for classes offered in sushi making, bonsai, calligraphy, and learn conversational Japanese. Konnichiwa! Additional gardens in Balboa Park are the Casa del Rey Moro Garden, which was designed during the 1935 exposition by Richard Recrea, who was influenced by Moorish gardens of Ronda, Spain. It has just recently been extensively reconstructed and renovated to replicate Guadalajara's Museum of Gardens and Wishing Well. The Zorro Garden is the home to exquisite butterflies and larvae. It is a sunken stone garden that has indentations in the rock and stones to collect water for the butterflies. When people think of San Diego, they don't think of the desert, but Balboa Park couldn't leave out anything. Balboa Park has a cactus garden as well as a desert garden. The cactus garden was designed by Kate Sessions in 1935 for the California Pacific International Exposition and has the largest and most succulent specimens in the park. The desert garden has more than 1,300 succulent and drought-resistant plants within 2.5 acres. The peak blooming period for these unusual shaped plants is January to March. Another garden that is popular for wedding ceremonies is the Inez Grant Parker Memorial Garden, which has 2,500 roses in 200 varieties over 3 acres of land. These beautiful blooming roses are present from March to December, with April and May being their peak season. The Veterans Memorial Garden varies slightly as it lies on 1 acre in front of the Veterans Museum and Memorial Center. The center, which was dedicated on November 11, 2005, Veterans Day, honors the memory of the Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, Navy, and Coast Guards. It houses photographs, documents, artifacts, artwork, and memorabilia from the Civil War to present day. This garden has 3 areas: the Air Garden, the Land Garden, and the Sea Garden. The Air Garden displays this bronze statue of a World War II B-24 Liberator. Another dedicated garden is the Marston House Garden. It's an English Romantic style garden that was designed by Hal Walker and William Templeton Johnson in 1927. The garden is located on 4.5 acres of land on the grounds of George White and Anna Gunn Marston. The museum home was built in 1905 for these civic leaders and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Balboa is the home to numerous museums and is overflowing with history. You can start at the edge of Balboa Park by entering the Centro Cultural de la Raza. This is a multidisciplinary cultural arts center. The center focuses on promoting, creating, preserving, and educating Chicano, Mexican, Indigenous, and Latino art and culture. This exhibit is unique in that it rotates. Adjacent to this unique building is the colorfully painted World Beat Center. It was opened in 1996, and this center focuses on promoting and preserving African, African American, and other indigenous cultures worldwide through art, music, dance, education, and technology. After getting your cultural fix, head over to the San Diego Air and Space Museum. It's the only official one in California and is an affiliate of the Smithsonian Institution. The San Diego Air and Space Museum is home to historic aircrafts as well as spacecrafts from all around the world. It also includes the Command Module spacecraft from Apollo 9. This museum is surrounded by the San Diego Hall of Champions Sports Museum, which is the nation's largest multi-sport museum and San Diego sporting legacy. And the San Diego Automotive Museum houses more than 80 historic motorcycles and automobiles and has special exhibitions every few months. Also at Balboa Park is the San Diego Natural History Museum, which has exhibitions and a new Dolby Digital 3D theater. It shows films with a focus on the natural world. If you're looking for some art to enrich your life, it can be found at the San Diego Museum of Art or Timken Museum of Art. The San Diego Museum of Art is the region's oldest and largest renowned art museum, while the Timken Museum of Art is a great and small museum that houses world-class collections. One of the most unique museums on Balboa Park grounds is the San Diego Museum of Man. It is located under a 200-foot California tower and has Spanish colonial and mission-style architecture. This is the city's only museum of anthropology. It was constructed in 1915-1916 for the Panama, California Exposition. This educational anthropological exhibits focus on people and places during different periods of history. Included in these exhibits are cultural artifacts, games, and visual heritage. Other aspects of the museum include paleontology, Renaissance-era antiquities, and various periods of human evolution. There are different ways to learn about culture here in Balboa Park, places that your children will love. Get them involved by taking them to the Marie Hitchcock Puppet Theater that was formed in the late 1940s. You can visit it year-round. It's a venue for residential puppeteers working with marionettes, hand, rod, and shadow puppets. If you are a theater enthusiast, come out to the Old Globe and view internationally acclaimed Tony Award-winning performances. The Old Globe has 3 venues: the historic Old Globe, the intimate Cheryl and Harvey White Theater, and the outdoor Lowell Davies Festival that was founded in 1935. Since then, there have been 15 plays and musicals annually. With more than 1,000 productions and 120 musicals is the Starlight Theater, which was constructed in 1935 and 1936 during the California Pacific Exposition. And for those of us who are into something more subtle, there is the Spreckles Organ Pavilion. This massive outdoor organ is the world's largest pipe organ. The 4,530 pipes range from the size of a pencil to 32 feet. The organ was donated by John D. and Adolph Spreckles, and since 1917, there are free weekly concerts performed on Sundays. Or you can hear any of the numerous and talented musicians that play various instruments for your entertainment around the park. Here are some of my favorites.
Okay, hi, my name is Chet Harrison. We're here at Balboa Park and I'm going to do a improvisation.